And we are live. Greetings and felicitations, hip hip hurrah, and yes, Mr. Spock, it is pronounced tally ho. Welcome to the Sunday edition of Mr. Rondell's Groovy Movies, where we talk about movies, what makes them groovy, what makes them whatever. And we're going to continue our listing of favorite sci-fi and horror movies by country. And as usual,
Sci-Fi tonight.
yes, joining me tonight, the usual hostess with the mostest, a lady of charm and grace, Yvette.
Thank you, Mr. Lundell. Hello, everybody. Indeed. And welcome to the sci-fi section. Favorite British movies and favorite sci-fi movies. Yeah, this is a tough one for me with the British movies side, I will say that. But I got there in the end. A few surprises, I think. So I do hope you all enjoy it.
And our special guest joining us is the Godfather himself, D. Jodeci.
Hello, 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 hello. I'm just here. I don't know. I'm just gonna play off what they say and see if I agree.
Oh, okay.
Well,
So,
no list is wrong. Get this in your head, Deej. These are our opinions.
Yes, I know, I know, I know.
So, and the chat can make suggestions as well. So, shall we roll into the first one?
oh yes, and of course, since it's my stream, ladies first.
Yeah, let me just press the right button.
Dun, dun, dun,
Press
dun.
that, and you should have my top 10 showing of British movies. The 10th.
Yes, Prometheus.
It's a controversial one. I really struggled to find. Excuse me. I really struggled to find top-notch British sci-fi movies that I love, which you'd think would be easy, but it wasn't because it's sci-fi and not horror. Horror was easy, but this was quite difficult. Now, the whole Alien franchise is British, so I could have gone down a much bigger route. But I decided I was just going to pick one or two that I liked. Now, the reason I picked Prometheus as number 10 was it was great, but the big thing about this was nobody told me it was an alien film. I was probably one of the only people. I was working somewhere where I didn't really have internet connection, didn't have time, and my friends just told me to watch it. So I watched it without knowing, and that was the joy because at the end I'm like, "Is this an alien film?" You know, Wayland Industries was ringing bells, but brain wasn't engaged. So I was so fortunate in these days. Everyone knows about everything. So this was a huge surprise for me. But we're going to move along.
I don't even. Okay, now we're
No,
getting somewhere.
yeah, all right.
But now, to back up a little bit, Alien movies have been a disappointment for years.
I get that. I understand that, but Prometheus was special for me.
Hmm.
That's the reason. It's not so much. It was a great movie,
I have a
great
question.
science fiction movie, and then it turned into an alien movie, which is one of my favorite franchises. So that's why I included that.
Okay, is this British or American?
British. I triple checked.
Okay.
Alien franchise is British with American assistance, but
I
it's
have a question for Yvette.
British. Yes.
You said this was special to you. Is it kind of like a project?
No, as I said, no, absolutely not. And moving right along to number 9, a classic,
Yeah,
the
but that's
original.
American.
No, it's not. Again, I had to look at every single one of these in depth to find out if they were British. What the hell happened there? What? No. What did I press? Oh, no. All right, close that. Right, here we go. So this is a British movie. Words, I'm sure, will either confirm or deny, and I got it wrong. But this is what I struggled with to find actual British movies. Anyway, The Day the Earth Stood Still, the original, not the remake. I love this film, Clatel, the whole premise behind it. The movie is just fantastic. So that's my number 9. Moving along. Number 8, 28 Days Later. It's controversial, this one. It's like Marmite. You either love it or hate it. But I am a fan of these viruses like the Andromeda strain, etc., etc. So this was well done. Very much reminded me of the start of Day of the Triffids, if you know what I mean. But
Yep.
it's set in London. It's very much engaging. You don't realize you're 3/4 of the way through the film before it happens, and that's always a good sign. I know people either love it or hate it, so I liked it. 28 months later, I like as well, but I had to pick between the two, so I went.
I like him as well, but I am one of those that it's controversial because it is not, and I repeat, not a dang zombie movie, people. It's not.
It's not. I'm not saying it is a zombie movie.
No, but lots of people try to lump it in with zombies,
Yeah.
and it's not.
Well, that would have
But-
had to have been in my horror collection. This was sci-fi because it's a disease, a man-made disease.
But it's so tropey along with zombie elements. That's why
Absolutely.
people use it.
Yeah, but it
But
certainly
the movie,
follows a lot of the disaster. It's a disaster movie, which I love. So moving right along to number 7. I'm sorry I had to put it in. Moonraker. It's probably the only Bond film I actually love. And the only reason I love this film, there are so many shuttles in it.
I like it
And
because Jaws finally gets some.
Yeah, Jaws becomes good, gets a girlfriend, and then floats off into space and dies with her, as far as we know. I love just all of the whole setup of Moonraker. They had to get on these, like, monorails, and it was just my type of film with Bond in it. And it's got Roger Moore, Look at him there, so young.
And
so
it kind of mocked a lot of sci-fi movies as well. Because remember the code,
absolutely,
the code the guy needed was the theme from Close Encounters.
That's right.
And just even the bad guy looked, sci-fi-ish.
Yeah, and it's Bond and it's sci-fi, so I couldn't have got more English there. And it is my all-time favorite Bond film because of all the shuttles.
But with Roger Moore's Bond, there was I think a great deal of sci-fi in all of his movies.
But this one was in your face.
Yeah, it was.
And Roger Moore was so funny as well. He embodied Bond for me. He is my favourite Bond, believe it or not. And
Yeah.
Don't get me wrong, Sean Connery, major fantastic. But I liked Roger Moore. So, yeah, an unusual one for 7. 6. Oh, let me blow that up. Now, I wouldn't have had this in here had it not been for Mr. Londell, because I'd never seen it till last year. And this is at number 6 in my all-time favourites now. I'm in the process of buying the DVD. So, and Words and Pictures will confirm with me. I can't see the chat, unfortunately. But this was just blew my effing mind. Okay?
Yeah.
Really did. And if anyone's not seen it, I highly recommend you watch it. 1936.
I will be restreaming it sometime later on this year. So
I will certainly, hopefully, tune in for that.
And
number
Words and Pictures says yes, was mind blowing.
It was. It really was. Right, moving along to number 5, The Lawnmower Man. Now you're going to ask me, that's not British. Well, according to my research, it's a British film in collaboration with the USA. I mainly put this in here because, well, the first one was just amazing. It's also one of LDG's all-time favorite movies.
Well,
and and it's the absolutely frightening effect of AI, people. Before AI was on the board.
That
for
looks
you
a little
guys,
bit like
anyway.
LDG right there too.
Yeah, it's a great picture. Moving right along to number 4. Now, Mr. Londell and I argue about Quatermass because we have different favourites. This one, Quatermass and the Pit, is my all-time favourite. It is set in a London underground. It's actually set at Aldgate Station, which has been used for a lot of filming. It's a station that was shut down during the war and never reopened. Now, it's there, but you now can't see it. I've had the privilege of going in there. And another little twist, the original Tomb Raiders, and I mean the originals, it was either number 2 or number 3 or number 4, can't remember, was set in Aldgate Station. So, and having been down there before that was even made, they got it very right. But I just love the little creatures in this. The giant locust things, alien. The whole thing was just absolutely off the scale, batshit crazy. And for Quatermass, did the job. That's my number 4.
That's what I did not like about it. I'm used to Quatermass being kind of cold-blooded. I didn't get it from this guy.
Yeah. I mean, I love the other Quatermass, don't get me wrong, but this one has always had a place in my heart. Right, number 3. Well, it was going to be here somewhere, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Day of the Triffids. The original, of course. The film, I much prefer the TV series, but the film, still good. And I'm not talking about any remakes here. The original, again.
Yep.
They look very different in this. But they do have their long tongues, at least. But you wouldn't want to be licked by one. You'd be dead. Well, blind. Okay, number 2. What are we thinking? Event Horizon, of course. This is a favourite film of mine. My sister worked on it. And It's sci-fi horror, but I could put it in the sci-fi.
Mhm.
Sam Neill, the Lewis and Clark, which is a rescue ship, very well named, go out to Neptune because this ship has suddenly reappeared that disappeared years ago. And the whole premise is the ship folds space. So it jumps. It's got a jump drive. But where it jumped to is the problem.
Oh.
Now, it's very much a horror-y sci-fi. But if you like horror sci-fi like Alien, you'll love this. My number one, of course, is... I went for Aliens because the franchise I love, but Aliens, the action one, instead of the sort of thriller, scary first one with the jump scares, this was aliens everywhere and guns and lots of things going on. And Ellen Ripley in this is just immense. You know, we never had any leading female roles. I want to fucking plaster things like this in front of people's faces.
Yeah.
You know? So this is my British choice. And I'll stop sharing for the moment.
Can I add 3 honorable mentions to the British list?
Absolutely.
My
Hey,
first
Sharky.
one. My first one was from 1961, the day the Earth caught fire.
Yeah.
Oh, damn. I forgot all about that movie.
Is it British? We're doing
It's
British.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
a British movie.
Yeah, it's a good film.
My second honorable mention for British movies would be 2006 Children of Men.
I don't think I've seen that.
Yeah. Okay, I can see that.
And my third one comes from 2010, and it would be Monsters.
Monsters.
I don't think I've seen that one.
Oh, no, me neither.
Well, it's basically a premise years after a NASA probe carrying a sample of alien stuff on it crashes into Mexico, and it basically turns into a no-go zone down there because it's full of alien monsters.
I may have to watch that.
Yeah.
I've not seen it.
I'm
just going to shout out, hey, Sharky Sharkums, thanks for joining us.
Oh, yeah. He usually joins for like the premieres. So the Monday and Monday night and Friday night movie premieres. You got to get into the watch parties as well, Sharky. Wednesday nights, Saturdays. So I don't know how.
Yeah, I'm there every Saturday. Unfortunately, I can't do the Wednesday because I work, and I'm so many hours ahead of everyone in America. Yeah. I wouldn't be awake otherwise.
If I was to add one more to the list, it would probably be Brazil.
Brazil.
Yeah, but I never really thought of Brazil as sci-fi.
It's technically listed as sci-fi.
Yeah.
Forbidden Planet and the original The Thing. The Thing, yep. Hey, Ambassador Wing. Are they all British? Because we're on British at the moment. No. I don't think The Thing from Another Planet is British.
No, and I just asked AI. Day the Earth Stood Still is American.
Okay. But when I Googled it, it's British made with an American assist. So I was pushing it a bit, Mr. Londell, because I was struggling.
Oh, okay.
That's my defense.
Yeah. No, I see your point. So, but that's just one of my. Well, we'll get to it on my list.
Yes, it's your turn.
Okay, so you did just your British.
Right? It's now your turn for the British.
And I will do my British list.
that's fantastic, Mr. Sorry, Ambassador Wing. No, it's fine. We're just doing British at the moment, and then we're going to do American. Thanks, words.
Okay. Spaceways.
Spaceways.
Yes, it's number 10 on my list.
I don't think I've ever seen that.
It's sci-fi, okay, and it's kind of a murder mystery.
Ooh.
Howard Duff, the star, he plays an American scientist that's on loan to the British government for their space program. And he builds the rocket, but his wife, okay, it's known throughout, this little compound where they live and work, that he and his wife are having issues. And it's like he has feelings for this other female scientist there. His wife disappears. It looks like she's been killed. And this happens just before they launch one of the test rockets. They launch the test rocket, and then Scotland Yard is like, they're developing the theory. You killed your wife and her lover, and you stuffed them in that rocket to hide the evidence. They build another rocket, and he wants to actually fly it to help bring the first one down to prove he was innocent. Just before they launch the second rocket, they find his wife and her boyfriend, in their little love shack. And they were getting ready, in fact, to defect with with all the knowledge and expertise about the. Turns out he and the woman that he really wants fly this spacecraft and bring it back. It's science fiction, but it's whodunit type thing, and that's what draws me to it.
Fair enough.
Next one, and The Man from Planet X. This is another one you probably haven't seen.
No, it doesn't ring a bell.
Yeah, these are like 50s, like early to mid 50s. Both of these two British sci-fi movies. This one, a spaceman lands on this little island. It's like a little island off the coast of Scotland.
Oh, really? Cool. Cold.
And he's there trying to, be the, take me to the leader type, communicate with people
on a little island.
Yeah, but what happens is some guy figures out, because he's in a spacesuit, he can't breathe, Earth's atmosphere. He figures out how to try to control him using his oxygen. It goes crazy. The alien, he actually ends up killing somebody to defend himself. It goes wrong for interstellar relations. He gets in his spaceship and goes back to wherever he came from at the end of the movie. Kind of sad, It was all Scotsmen that are doing this, so maybe, But that's just one I like. Ended up number 10.
Yeah, I'll just interrupt you with the chat. I asked everyone to lick the like button. Words now says his monitor's all wet. Ambassador Allwayne says, I know it's not sci-fi movie, but Hitchhiker's Guide to Galaxy, the original miniseries. Well, Ambassador, I'm so sorry you haven't caught any of these others on the Sundays, because we did TV series, British and American. And of course, I had that in my British collection, of course, in my top 10.
Yeah,
so,
and I
absolutely right. It's fantastic, that miniseries. Absolutely fantastic.
Now, this should be on everybody's sci-fi list.
Oh, Clockwork Orange. It
Yeah.
did cross my mind, but I'm not a fan of it. So I couldn't really put it in my top 10.
Yeah,
I had to like the film.
It's a hard watch. Okay,
It
because
is.
the violence and
it's nuts.
Well, Alex is nuts. Okay, let's face
Yeah.
it. This is a psychopath with a sociopath in this movie.
Yeah.
He, probably one of the most famous sociopaths in movie history. But the thing is, it's a movie about power and how powerless he becomes. And it's in that sci-fi background.
I so struggled watching it.
Well, once you get past the rape scenes, it's okay, in my opinion. But there are only 2, so and you watch him become a tragic figure, and then at the end, you're not so glad that they fixed him, because it looks like they just some kind of way they reprogrammed him to be a sociopath again.
It's a very, very. It's one of those films that goes down in history, definitely.
Yeah,
but I couldn't put it on because I didn't enjoy it.
It's Kubrick. What else can I say?
Yeah.
And Morons
from Outer Space.
I absolutely loved this movie.
I have seen it, but I've only seen it once.
I mean, it was when I first saw it, I laughed so hard because it took all of those tropes. We all, we're so dumb. That's why the aliens don't visit us. No, maybe the aliens. And this movie takes the point of maybe the aliens are the ones that are dumb, and the aliens in this movie are dumb. Okay, it's like 3 or 4 of them, and they're on a cruise in outer space, and something happens, and they're the only 4 that managed to get into a rescue shuttle and get off of the ship before it explodes, and they crash into Earth, and they end up being manipulated by promoters and producer types on Earth. If you haven't seen it, let me know. It'll be one of my watch parties, and we can all laugh together.
I saw it when it came out, but that was the last time I saw it.
Here we go.
Well, Ambassador Wing says, hell yes, great movie. And then I think he's pointing out to the Clockwork Orange. Way I looked at it, he gamed the system. He never stopped being a psychopath. He suckered the politicians.
No, he could not defend himself there for a time. That's why he got beat up by bombs and everything else.
Hey, Jeff.
Island of Terror.
Oh, yeah.
This, for a long time, I thought this was a Hammer film, but it's not.
It won't let you go back.
Fuck you.
I can't add my 2 favorite British movies because it's on the scroll thing that I'm not allowed.
Oh.
Yes.
but it does have Peter Cushing, so people can figure it out.
Yes, I figured it out, and believe me, I went straight there and went, oh, fuck no.
And then Island of Terror.
Yes, great movie.
As a kid, this movie kind of freaked me out. You got these things almost looking like turtles.
Yeah.
And they were created on that island by some scientists. They were playing with radiation and toxic chemicals and genetics mixing and combining. And that's what
it's very much like Dr. Moreau, isn't it? But not as weird.
Dr. Moreau is tame compared to
this. Yeah.
And they find a way to kill them all on that island. The last scene of the movie takes place in Japan.
Wow.
And the noise that these creatures make, you hear them coming out of a lab after two scientists walk into it.
Oh.
So and it was just like a oh damn moment, you know.
Yeah. Again, it's one I've seen once.
See, these are permanent collection movies for me. So
yeah, no, I get that. You've got a better British collection than I do, or rather.
Okay.
Well, you were going to have the Quatermass one you like.
Quatermass number 2. Okay. The thing about, for me, the two black and white Quatermass movies was Brian Dunleavy, this guy right here. They hired an American to play him. And these were Hammer movies, I think.
Yes, they were. Quatermass is part of the Hammer collection.
Yeah, but there was also a television show.
Yes, there was. Yeah.
Quatermass. And each movie was based on a season of Quatermass, of the Quatermass
That's right.
show.
That's right, yeah.
This is the second one where it's the second time that they send a guy into space.
Yep.
And he comes back messed up. See, and the thing about these movies was Brian Dunleavy's portrayal of Quatermass. It was like, okay, yeah, we sent a man up, he came back fucked up. You know what? That's gonna happen until we figure out how to fix stuff. So be proud that your husband got irradiated and came back and started. Now we know what's out there because of him, and we can it was just spooky. His take on stuff like that.
It's not that I don't like Quatermass 1 and 2. I do love them. My favorite is The Pit.
Yeah, that's the one
you don't like.
It wasn't Brian Dunleavy. It was a British.
No, I understand that, but I saw him as Quatermass still. He was playing Quatermass. But they're all good. They are all good. Absolutely can't disagree with that one at all.
I guess they are good.
Oh, look, there's the first one.
The first one. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I mean, he was cool to me. This was...
Yeah, it's a great movie. They're all great movies. Great one.
He launches a guy into space. He comes back as, like tripe. And they kill him in a church,
Yeah.
So.
Oh, yeah. It's very gripping, the first one. And I think Mum agrees with you. This is her favourite as well. She likes The Pit too. But oh my God, you see, I thought about this. But I did not like it.
Well, I will admit, story-wise, it's weak. But this movie, it's all
iconic. Iconic.
Yeah, and it's all eye candy. I will watch it just for the opening scene.
The music.
Yeah, especially when the ape throws the bone up and it turns into the space station. And you see the guy get on the ship and all, the different ships he has to take to get to the moon.
Yeah.
And that scene where the stewardess with the tray and she walks up the wall, I've always loved that, even though I know how they do it. It's an old mechanical trick, but that was
they turn
always
the room. Yeah.
It was always great how they did that. Grogu is joining us.
Hey, Grogu.
And besides,
you got to remember, without this movie, we wouldn't have had a great opening for History of the World Part 1.
No, we wouldn't. You're right.
Mm-hmm. And, this movie, to me, it kind of set us on the contemporary path for sci-fi, I think. At least effects-wise.
Oh, yeah. I will not deny it is an amazing cinematic movie. It's just the story.
Oh, and look. Here's mine.
We both got that one on here.
Number 2. Things to come. I gotta show this.
You gotta re-show this because you gotta remember you lost your internet and it was words and pictures and I just in the chat trying to run it. We did our absolute best, but we were so gobsmacked with the movie because neither of us had seen it. And I highly recommend anyone should see this. I really do. It's amazing.
I first saw this movie late 80s, maybe early 90s, late one night, PBS, local PBS station, and it was a really bad copy. You couldn't hear the sound. The sound sucked. I mean, bad images and everything. And I always constantly looked for better copies of it. And I would eventually find a decent copy, and then a semi-decent and all that. And finally, the Criterion Collection remastered it. And I have it on Blu-ray. And this, it's even better now. So
it's mind-blowing, the film as well.
Mm-hmm.
The things he got right at the beginning. Both Words and I had to double check when it was made because we did not believe it was made in 1936 before the war. The opening scenes are like from World War II, and they got it spot on, literally spot on. And we were like, well, this must have been made. Hey, Yosef, hope you're all right. Hope the family's all right. Yeah, I mean, I couldn't understand how they got a scene from World War II.
Well,
so accurate.
Yeah. Well, H.G. Wells had a knack for that, if you remember. And interesting side note, he wrote the book that this is based on because he went to see the movie Metropolis, and he did not like it. He hated the idea that you would basically have rich people and slaves, essentially, and that's why this book that this movie is based on came about, to counter.
Yeah, I cannot stress enough, people. Everyone should see this movie. And Words is right; it's a have-to-watch film.
And top of the list, number 10, Day of the Triffids.
Well, we struck 2 the same.
2, yeah. Well, yeah, we did. Okay, yeah.
Brilliant.
Okay, now that's British.
I have 2 more British ones.
Okay.
And one's probably be controversial because it's a comedy too. World's End.
Yeah, I looked at that, but actually World's End, not as good as Shaun of the Dead.
Well, no, but it's still up there. But the second one, I'm surprised you didn't pick, Yvette.
Yeah?
Threads.
Go on.
Threads.
Friends?
Thread.
Oh, Thread. I don't think I even know that one.
That one came out back in 1984.
Hey, Murder Hornet.
Huh.
It's not ringing any bells with me.
It's based on a hypothetical scenario of nuclear winter in Sheffield.
Oh. Ooh.
Oh, okay. I think I've seen it.
And it gets really dark there towards the end.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. It's like a married couple and a couple that are about to be married because she's pregnant. And yeah, I think I've seen it. It was on YouTube for a while, in fact. So
it gets really disturbing there towards the end on how it paints out how people would be with the aftermath of a nuclear war.
Yeah. Words has pointed one out that was on my list and I crossed it off. The Man in the White Suit. But because it was a comedy sci-fi.
I never considered this movie to be sci-fi. It's definitely comedy.
Yeah. I was torn, so I took it off. Friends was a 10-year-long horror. Yeah. Too right.
Okay.
Okay, I need to bring up my American list, which is was much easier. Right. Let me know when you can see it. And remember, I can't see the chat now.
We've got it. And she goes, oh my God.
Well, I could not put Weird Science somewhere in the list. I'm sorry. It was one of my all-time favorites. Kelly LeBrock is just to die for.
Yeah, I agree.
The whole thing was so ludicrous and funny. And turning Chad into a burping, farting blob, I think I was crying with laughter. And that is the same guy in Aliens who played, what's his face?
Yeah, Bill Paxton.
That's the one. So,
but
it's just a feel-good, great, funny film. And it's sci-fi. So, there you go. It
was more horror than sci-fi because they were spoofing Frankenstein.
Well, yes, I suppose, but it's still based on science.
Yeah.
So it went in.
And then there was that computer element to it. So yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm sure plenty of people, when they got their first computer, tried to wear a bra on their head to make a girl.
Yeah. I mean, it's a classic movie. So, all right, moving on to my number 9. We have a very, very favorite of mine, Tron.
Yeah.
Absolutely loved this film when it came out. Went to the cinema to see it. Mm-hmm. At the time, put yourself back to when it was made. This was mind-blowing scenes. And the whole fact they got sucked into a computer and, these days, we're probably 20 years off that, But the visual effects and how they did it was just awesome. Absolutely awesome, this film. Huge fan of this film. My number 8, Interstellar. It's a newish one. Interstellar, the reason I put this in is because Bill told me to watch it. Jedi Bill. He said, Yvette, you've got to watch this. I want your opinion on it. Now, the science in this, the physics in this, is spot on. If we could do it. So, obviously, the whole thing about him going loopy into the wormhole thing is not, but how they got there and the time differences and everything are absolutely spot on. And I really enjoyed this film because there wasn't a happy ending for everyone, you know? And you've got a stellar cast. And it was a great movie. And if you haven't seen it, I'd highly recommend it. Right, moving on to number 7. Now Mr. Londell's going to shout at me. But I'm sorry, I'm a disaster movie fan.
Yeah.
And Armageddon is in space.
Yeah.
It is, forgetting the love story crap in it, because you know I don't do that. It was inaccurate beyond belief, but I absolutely loved the way the story was told. And these bunch of oil drillers ended up being astronauts. Some of the scenes were unbelievably moving and brought me to tears, literally. And it's just one of my favorite. It's not my all-time favorite disaster movie, but it is up there. Deep Impact was great when it was released at the same time, but Armageddon won in the box office. And Deep Impact was great too, but it has not got the gravitas that this has. Okay, number 6. Oh, blow it up. Of course, Tremors was going to be in there somewhere. This is my mother's favorite movie. And I don't know anyone that doesn't like Tremors. You've got to be insane if you don't like Tremors. I mean, those monsters and the film, it's just bonkers.
I watch it for the laughs.
Yeah,
absolutely. I only hate the last one that came out. Spoiler alert, because they killed off Bert.
To be honest, this is the only one I really like. I have seen all the others, but this is the one I could watch over and over again. I own it digitally, and I own it on VHS, on DVD. Great movie. Number 6. It was going to be here somewhere. Close Encounters of the Third Kind.
I didn't think about that one.
It's a super long movie. Sorry.
I think after both your lists, I'm going to throw a few in there that neither of you thought about, that you might be kicking yourself in the rear over.
All right, I haven't finished yet.
I know, I'm waiting.
Yeah.
The thing about this film I love was the whole potato scene, drawing his mashed potato mountain, and the lengths and why they were drawn to the mountain. It is super ass long. You got to put 3 hours aside for it, and you need to watch the director's cut. Again, when it was made, and the CGI at the time was very basic, and a lot of it was models. It does the friggin' job.
Yeah, it's the CGI is beautiful in this movie.
It is stunning. It's a stunning film, and it's one I love very much.
That's why I can kick myself. But it's not part of my collection. That's why it did.
Yeah, I do. I own it on DVD. This one, of course. Yeah. Moving on to number 4.
Oh,
what is that? It is Invasion of the Body Snatchers.
The remake.
Well, it's the first remake, and I do like it with this one. The other one's great too, but this is my favorite one out of the 2. The later remake can go for itself, but this one I loved, and I own it. So we can debate. I mean,
the only problem
I could have put the original in as well, but I picked the one I like more.
Yeah, the only problem I have with this rendition of the story is it does not create the tension that the original does.
No, it's a little more in your face, but
Yeah.
I love both of them.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very difficult choice. Number 3. Of course it was there. The Time Machine. The original Time Machine. And I will watch this movie over and over again because of this machine here. I want to own one. Even a miniature version of it. And there's so much money. I could buy a full Dalek for less than this. And the original story was so fantastic.
Yeah.
The remake, I know a lot of people like it, was a bag of shit. Sorry. In my opinion. But this story is legendary again. It should be in everyone's collection.
It's in mine.
I know it's in yours.
It's in mine too.
There you go. It is a classic. So what are the last 2? The Andromeda Strain.
Yeah.
I said that when we watched it. It's in my top 5. It always will be. We watched it the other day, and it's just mind-blowingly amazing.
It
whole
still
thing
works, even though it's
absolutely
clunky, it's clunky like a 70s sci-fi movie is, but it still works.
Yeah, absolutely brilliant. And my number 1, any ideas, anyone? Flash! Again, we watched this recently, and I told everyone this is the one movie I could watch forever. That would go on my island. And it's just brilliant with the Queen soundtrack. It's funny. It's amazing. It's got one of the best Mings I've ever seen. I love the old Flash Gordons, Buster Keaton, yeah, and all those when I was young. But when this came out, Sam J. Jones was my first pin-up. Now, it's not just about that. It's just about the whole Flash Gordon thing with the Queen soundtrack. It just worked. And this film is just awesome. So there we go. There's my top 10.
No, Brogu, it's not the other version.
Jess says Flash is campy fun, great popcorn movie. It is. It is.
Yeah, it is. Okay. Damn you. Stay put. My list. It's another one we've seen.
Oh, Yusuf, does Inner Space qualify for this list? I suppose it does. It's scientific. Random Menace was asking, does Inner Space?
Yeah, we answered that earlier. Yeah.
Yeah.
I think,
and third, not horror to me. I'm not sure which one he's talking about, but yeah, you're safe here, Bird, because it's sci-fi today.
Oh, we did horror weeks ago.
Yeah, we did.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would have had a good horror one from weeks ago. I don't know if you listed it or not. British one, Psychomania.
No.
I love that movie.
There are so many movies. Do you know how difficult this was?
Yeah.
Mr. Randell and I, we were like,
so far.
I decided I was going to pick. No, let me just defend us both. We were picking off our own collections.
Yeah, I know.
That limited us. So, and both Mr. Londell and I have thousands.
I think I have faith
movies.
Mr. Londell is going to list at least one of mine.
Oh, well, I'm very sorry I missed all of yours.
Okay, so now
When Worlds Collide.
We played this.
We did, yeah.
And it seemed to be a crowd favorite.
It was very good. I don't own it, so, but I enjoyed it.
Yeah, this was, I mean, a lot of these movies I'm picking, I mean, I was watching them as a kid. You know, you could watch them almost any time of the day or night. You know, you had local television stations and they needed content and they would play the crap out of a lot of these movies. And this was one. Number 2, When Worlds Collide. Okay. Scientists notices something's coming toward the Earth and they figure out it's going to hit us, and they build spaceships to use as arcs and hopefully land on another planet and start life again.
Yeah, it was great. It was a great movie. Random Menace says Capricorn 1, the mother of all moon landings conspiracies. I don't even think I've ever seen that. Oh, look, Dr. Ireland and Monroe.
What
I love that
is
film.
the law?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, this version of the movie is the best one. There are actually 3.
I can believe it.
The 2 what was okay? I can't think of the one in the 30s.
Yeah, the very first one. Oh, me neither.
But this one is the best of the 3, and the one with Val Kilmer is the worst. I don't know what they were thinking. You know, they had a good concept going there, you know, but then they mess it up. Trying, you know, instead of paying attention to the words that the man wrote in the book.
Yes.
They mess it up.
Yeah.
And then, you know, Val Kilmer was like in his total asshole stage. So.
Yeah. Brogan, no, I don't think I've ever seen Capricorn 1.
Well,
possibly.
It's a cover up, basically. They're supposed to be sending men to Mars, and they realize they can't do it, and so they stage it. You know, and then something happens on the return trip, and so they have to kill the astronauts.
Oh God!
Yeah.
It
goes into this theory, you know, these theories about the moon landings being faked. That's where it all comes from, that movie.
Ugh.
This, okay, is probably my earliest memory of a sci-fi movie ever. I had to be maybe 3-4 years old when I saw this movie. And I remember trying to tell my father about these people on a spaceship, and this monster was beating them up. And he had a good laugh about it.
So, hello, Drunk Review.
Yeah. Get some ideas, man, you know.
Yeah.
Drunk Review does like nighttime drive-in double feature type things. Same kind, you know, a lot of the groovy movies I premiere, he does on his channel too.
Cool.
Look him up, you know, when you kind of have that, when that insomnia sets in, kind of look him up, and you'll probably have something good on. Okay. The next movie, number 7 on my list. It's them. Giant ants, radioactive desert, giant ants. Hey,
giant ants, yeah.
You gotta love it. This is one of those this is another one of those earth-changing movies you see as a kid, you know.
Well, Brogo, you just beat the picture there.
Yeah.
You can't beat giant ants, though.
Oh no.
It's a great movie.
Even though they couldn't breathe at that size, but hey. Who
cares? It's a science fiction. Fiction.
And the next.
Oh, The Time Machine, of course.
That's right. Number 6 on my list. H.G. Wells, The Time Machine.
That's our first doubler there. Because we don't know our list, Deej. So
yeah.
We kind of keep quiet, and then it's a surprise for both of us.
And
thanks, Random Menace. I'll check it out when Hell Freeze is over, maybe.
Yeah.
To be honest.
I would hope.
Anyway, The Thing from another
James
world.
on this as a giant man-killing vegetable. You gotta love this.
Yeah.
But this movie played into a lot of 50 sci-fi movies, especially made here in America. They played into the Red Menace, the Red Scare, and this one really did it.
Yep. I actually prefer the remake, of course. You know that.
The remake. Oh, it was just
John Carpenter.
Flesh crawling.
But it's so cleverly made. But this is not a movie I don't like. I think it's very cleverly made as well. But I own the other one.
Yeah.
There you go. I love the original theme, but I absolutely love John Carpenter's. Yeah, that's how I feel, Brogu.
Okay. War of the Worlds for number.
Oh yes, War of the Worlds. Wait, I forgot that.
I
love that movie.
This is
the original. The original.
Yeah, the remake was garbage because Tom Hanks is an idiot, or Tom Cruise is an idiot.
I hate to say this, and the movie was horrible, but it's actually closer to the book because the machines could walk like that, but it did not embody what it was about as much.
Well,
so that's what made it shit. And Tom Cruise.
You have to remember the time frame in which they made the Tom Cruise version. Okay, they couldn't say they were Martians.
No,
because we knew too much about Mars by then.
Yeah.
Okay, the 50s version. Okay, the radio play. The book.
What scared? How many Americans did that scare when it went out on the radio? Thousands of people thought it was real.
Now they're saying nobody.
Well, I don't believe that.
I doubt that too. You know.
I mean, I own this, and I can't believe I missed it. It's just. Well, it is legendary, this one. Everyone should own it.
Yeah. If you don't, what's wrong with you?
Yeah. Yeah, words. I've actually got the double soundtrack of it on vinyl as well.
Okay, and for number 3.
No drunk review. I don't do musicals.
Number 3. Blade Runner.
Oh, God. Yeah, you know,
okay.
I got put off this movie, and you know why.
You forget about Hammerhead. Okay, he didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But this, okay, I liked it for more than anything the aesthetic. It had, I mean, you know, a 40s retro style to it. And then there was the ultra modern extremism with the art.
It was technologically advanced for its time, you know. However, I never liked it, even before you know who. I did not gel with this movie at all. I don't know if it was Harrison Ford or what. It just didn't gel with me. I'm not saying it's a bad movie. It's just my personal taste on it. Wasn't a fan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Everyone else seems to love it. Yeah. Well, there you go. Rather obscure, not for everybody, says Loranda Minister. Yeah, I agree.
Number 2.
Oh, Forbidden Planet, of course, yeah.
Although this poster never happened in the movie. A lot of people complain. I think a lot of people, especially now, complain about this poster because Robbie does not carry a limp altar, you know.
Yeah. Bizarre film, Forbidden Planet. Again, not one of my personal favorites, but absolutely seen it. And I mean, Robbie the Robot's in it. I mean, who shouldn't like it? I'm weird. But, you know, it's an interesting concept. These men land. The girl's never seen another human being. It's a love. You know why I like it? Don't like it? It's a love story.
It's not really a love story. I wouldn't call it a love story.
There's an element. Come on.
Yeah, I mean, but you gotta look at now. Her thing, she's the only person she's had any contact with all of her life was her father.
Exactly. And
all
Robbie.
Of a sudden, the spaceship lands and a man.
Several men.
So in her mind, this is what a man looks like.
Yeah.
They're kind of nice.
Yeah.
Ooh. And I'm all sweaty down there now. So
yeah.
You know.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's
that
more of the whole dripping bit.
Well, and, you know that was
swelling boobs and nipples and now I know you boys like all that, but
but anywho, we digress.
We do. And another one we both agree on.
Yeah, but it is an American movie. It is not a British movie. I looked it up on
Okay.
Okay, it's a British movie. It's American. It's American. It's American.
Okay.
It's American.
Okay. I'm holding my hands up because I was really hard trying to find. Britain was involved in it. I can guarantee it. But if it comes under America, then I was wrong. All right.
Was it? I didn't delve into it. But okay, in my personal opinion, if we ever end up being visited by people from other worlds, the way he comes in is the way it will happen.
Very much so.
Land somewhere. It'll either be at the White House or in front of the UN building, something like that. You know.
Yeah. Yeah.
They won't sneak around, you know, cutting up cows and having sex with hillbillies.
Probing them. It's probing them. Come on, let's get it right. But you're right. Mind you, the Hitchhikers did answer the question. They're called buzzers. They're kids that get their first spaceship, like their first car, and they think it's funny to go buzz a farmer in the middle of nowhere that can't prove they're there.
I forgot about that line.
Yeah. I thought I'd just mention it.
Okay, that's my list.
Fantastic, Mr. Londell.
Okay, I have a list.
I bet you do.
Now I don't have all the fancy graphics because I'm on StreamYards and right now I can't add too much else or I'll crash. But number one, this is in no particular order either, but Terminator 2 Judgment Day.
I did think about it.
Yeah, I did.
I did think about it. And I love the movie. But others overwrote it.
Same here.
You only have 10, Deej. It's so difficult.
I know. My next one. They Live.
Yeah, that's another good one.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I could have found a space for that one. I think
you gotta have the epic fight scene with Rowdy Roddy Piper and all the aliens trying to get you.
Yeah.
My next one, Planet of the Apes.
No. And you know why.
You just don't like apes.
Yes.
Oh, okay. See, that's
Planet of the Apes. Now I have one that Yvette said that she liked but didn't have on her list, the remake of The Thing.
I didn't have it on my list, you're right. Because there's no bloody room for everything else. I had 2. It was on my list, off my list, on my list, off my list.
Another John Carpenter film, Escape from New York.
I agree.
Yeah. I didn't know where to put that one, personally.
I mean, Terminator 2, one of my favourites. The Thing, one of my favourites. But when you've only got 10,
yeah,
it really is damn difficult.
My next one, Cloverfield.
Oh, yeah. You see, I like that. But no, that's not in my top 10. But I did like the film.
My next one, Independence Day.
Again, love it.
Yeah.
No room for it.
See, but the thing about Independence Day, all the tropes in there are all throughout the movies on my list. Okay.
My comedy pick, Galaxy Quest.
I've seen that movie too much. That's the go-to comedy for nerds.
I've seen it once.
Sci-fi nerds.
I had a giggle, and that was it.
My next one, Back to the Future.
Oh my God! I didn't even think of that.
I did not consider Back to the Future. I really
no, neither did I. And you're right, Deej.
And then I had a tie for. I have 11 technically because I couldn't make up my mind between the two. I had RoboCop. Or I had the all-time classic Soylent Green.
Neither of them would have made my top 10. I'm afraid.
Soylent Green, it had potential for my list. But if you leave out Soylent Green, if you put Soylent Green in, what about Last Man on Earth or Omega Man?
Well, I could have, but you guys said 10, so I was trying to squeeze as many as I could.
It's so difficult.
Yeah.
It's so difficult.
Now, picture yourself staring at all these goddamn DVDs, Blu-rays, and VHSs that you have and trying to decide, do I like this one better than that one?
Yeah. And I've got nearly 3,000 each.
Yeah. See, just
on DVD. That's not my digital collection. I went by my own DVD collection. I sat in front of thousands of DVDs to do these lists. I was crying at one point.
Oh.
I took it really seriously.
Oh man, I did not mean to put you through that much hell. Okay.
But the final one we're doing next week has actually been really easy for me, so that's a good one. Brogu says I would pick RoboCop. The scene when that robot was in the conference room and he went haywire and he shot that one guy to death was awesome. I hate to say it that way, but it was so cool. Fair enough. My favourite scene from RoboCop's when one of the guard robots goes nuts. I thought that was far more bloody and great because it's shooting all the bad guys. But
and when I said when I said
films.
Planet of the Apes, I kind of lump all 5 originals together.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I get that. I get that.
All of that because you have a distaste for simians. The planet. Now, are you what planet? What version?
I've seen all the original Planet
All
of the
the
Apes.
originals. I'm not. I didn't put in the new ones.
No, none of the new ones.
Because I prefer the originals over what they're making now.
Yeah, I haven't even. I saw the very first new one and went, yeah, nope, turned it off.
Yeah. Well, that first remake was garbage, but the ones afterwards weren't horrible.
Trouble is, if a new one doesn't grab me, you've lost me. And
actually,
I have so little time to watch these movies. I have to pick and choose carefully.
And actually, that first one they put out with what's his face doesn't even really have anything to do with the other ones after either.
So, Invasion of the Body Snatchers is Words number 1, 1956.
Mm-hmm.
So, what about the rest of you? What would your number 1 British sci-fi, and what would your number 1 American sci-fi be? Now, Deja's just proved how hard it is.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I couldn't say my number.
He just bobbed in to say hi.
Yeah, I just popped in to say hi and made the list right off the top of my head.
Yeah, and it is really difficult.
Yeah, we fought with this for like 2 weeks. Okay.
I came up with my guess in 10 minutes.
Okay,
I have the top 10 lists and DG's honourable mentions. I'll put in comments after. Oh, thanks, Words. God, I don't know what we'd do without him.
Yeah.
But we'd like to certainly hear, if you haven't got time now, there's always the comments section. We're going to give you a love heart and kisses for every comment because we appreciate it. And remember, no one is wrong. These are all your own personal choices.
Yeah. Next week now.
Earth Dies Screaming.
Oh, shit.
Wayne. Another one.
Yeah, I know you've seen that. I've shown that one in the underground. I know you've seen that one in there.
Yeah, I have. Target Earth. Can't.
Oh, damn it.
Oh, DJ's now angry.
I just forgot another one of my favorite from the American side.
Yeah.
It was a little George Peppard film.
What was it called?
I'm seeing if Mr. Londell would get it.
Damnation Alley.
There you go. I forgot that one. Damn it. Damnation Alley.
Yeah, but the only thing cool about it was the damn vehicle.
Yeah, you see, now, one of the ones I nearly included in my top 10 was Maximum Overdrive.
There would have been another one I could have added.
But, again, it got pushed out. But I did like the film Maximum Overdrive. Emilia Estevez was brilliant in that.
Yeah, that's the main issue. You like so much that okay now, especially next time, okay, when we're dealing with our essentials list.
Yeah.
That's television, essential movies, essential television shows. And you know what? If
but they're mixed, Steve.
Yeah, I was going to mention. I think we should make a slight change, especially instead of being British list and an American list. Let's just say for television, these are essentials.
No, we decided that. I've got an essential list of TV, an essential list of movies. It doesn't matter where they come from.
Yeah, okay.
Or genre. You said it could be anything in either list. Getting stuck on an island.
Yeah, okay. I was just okay. I didn't remember. Well, we discussed it, but I didn't.
Yeah,
we hadn't told it to anybody else.
Yeah. So. The essential list is Mr. Londell and I are going to be dumped on a desert island with a football and a load of DVDs to survive our insanity. And these are the essential lists that we picked of our own opinions of what we would like to be stuck with for the rest of our lives.
Oh, I know what the top 3 would be for me.
Well, why don't you join us next Sunday with a list of your own?
Well, if I'm not working, I will.
If you're not working yet.
Okay, Broga, what are you doing? Don't mention that.
It's in the no collection, that.
We can't do no. Star Wars, Star Trek, and Doctor Who. That's too.
Sorry, Broga, because if that wasn't the case, I would have put the holiday special down.
We had to draw a line against the franchises that are now dead.
Yeah, they drew a line, or I would have listed the Doctor Who movies from.
Yes, Peter Cushing. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, certainly. That crossed my mind, but had to be dismissed immediately because of the rules.
And my number 1 sci-fi movie wasn't British or American, so I couldn't list it.
Which was?
Mad Max.
You could list it.
Not American or British. It's Australian.
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
Yeah, no, that's fine. In the Essentials collection, it doesn't matter. So there you go.
Yeah, the Essentials. I have all 3 Mad Max movies, the ones that count.
Yeah, there are only 3 Mad Max.
Yeah, them other 2 are crap garbage that I'm not counting at all.
Now, if they were smart, they would create a universe. Australia after the apocalypse. You have Mad Max to the north of Ayers Rock, and you have Furiosa to the south of Ayers Rock. Okay, that's all you got to do. No, they slap Mad Max on it because people will go see it.
Oh shoot! I guess I could have included the legendary Godzillas for the American list.
Damn it! Okay, Gojira should have been on my list. Well, it's Japanese.
Gojira's Japanese.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the Essentials. You're only sending Mr. Londell back to his Essentials list again.
Now. Yeah. Well, I've got room on my Essentials list for movies. I've got room there.
Yeah. Good. Well, as I said, everyone in the chat, think about next week as well. But we'd love to hear your top sci-fi movies. Obviously, either British or American. You can put them together because it is hard work. But if you put them in the comments so we can see, no one's wrong. Everyone has their own opinions and their likes. I mean, we're not talking about disliking anything. We're talking about liking everything. This is a positive stream.
Yeah, this is good fun. It's sci-fi and horror are the two things that I think all of us
love.
have in common.
Yeah.
So, and
definitely. And things like Farscape is an Australian Canadian film, TV series. Lex is German and Swedish, I think, but it was made with the British team. So I classed that one, but Farscape I left out because it wasn't British and it wasn't American. God damn. What words you like Solaris? No. Stalker. Oh, they're Soviet films.
Okay. Yeah, DJ Mr. Jewel, Japanese sci-fi, it can be really fun.
You'd have to get Timmy in to do a top 10 with you on that because I'm not a big Japanesey person. I'm not. Nobody kill me, please. I don't like Godzilla or Mothra. Or Timmy made me watch them, and I was like, "What the fuck?"
Well, what about Gamera or Rodan? Fun.
No. He made me watch most of them, and I was like, "What? No." This is stupid. These are people in little squidgy costumes battling each other. I couldn't get into it, guys. I'm so sorry. But Timmy made me watch most of them.
You gotta be lucky I wasn't around for the horror list. So I would have put Puppet
sorry,
Deej. I would have put Puppet Master on there.
Of course you would.
Yeah.
See, well, you've got Planet of the Apes in. Are you not happy about that?
Hey, Planet of the Apes is a must-see.
Yeah. That is definitely those movies are definitely iconic.
Not only did I see the films, I saw the TV series with Roddy McDowall.
I have the TV series, which made no sense because apparently East Coast humans are dumb and West Coast humans are smart.
I don't remember much of it because I watched it as a child, but ever since Africa, I never want to see another monkey again alive.
I could have included 12 Monkeys on a horror list.
Actually, I had 12 Monkeys on my... Which one was that on? Oh, no, I was going to put it on... Which did I put it on? Oh, no. I lie. You have to wait and see.
See, that's another one I struggled with.
Yeah, because it's horror and sci-fi.
No,
it's time travel.
It's sci-fi. It's almost pure sci-fi because of the time travel.
Yeah, and it's also a deadly disease that's created by man again, which I love that sort of thing. I actually like the TV series, which not a lot of people did.
You got predestination in there and stuff like that. That all fits under sci-fi. But I got to looking at other things that I thought were better than 12 Monkeys.
I think I had it on one list and it just got moved down and down and down and fell off at the end, which a lot of them did, because this is really, really, I cannot stress enough how difficult this has been. We took it so seriously, Mr. Londell and I. And you know me, I'm one, if I commit to something, I am committed and I'm going to do it right. I follow the rules. And I was like, right, well, I'm only going to pick what I own, which is a hell of a lot to go through, trust me.
Hey, I owned everything on my list too.
Yeah, this is the thing, it's hard. It's really hard. But it's been a great adventure so far to see.
Yeah.
And, we crossed on 2 things on both lists, which is actually the lowest. I think with the horror, we crossed on 3 or 4.
Yeah.
So interesting. But there's more sci-fi than horror, I think, in the long run.
And I ended up kicking myself for the horror list
Hey,
because
LDG. Yeah.
I left out 2 movies that you put it,
Yeah, The Exorcist, Poltergeist.
And that would have moved, if I would have thought of those 2, that would have moved Changeling way up the list.
Yeah.
Did anybody have the original Amityville Horror?
It was on my list,
that's
and
one
then
of
it
them.
fell off.
Yeah, it's same here. That's one of those.
It was on the list, and then I added things I liked better on top of it, and then eventually it fell off. Oh dear. Oh, words and pictures, that's lovely. Love these shows. Always film ideas to get excited about and watch and rewatch. I love that words because I know you're giving Supernatural a go, and it's a daunting task, but I want to talk to you about it to see how you're feeling. Ghost Story. What movie are you talking about? We're talking about British sci-fi movies, top 10 for me and Mr. Londell, and American sci-fi movie top 10s, me and Mr. Londell. And Deej joined in and he gave us his top 10 off the top of his head. Yeah. And even he's annoyed. Yeah. Because and he only had today to think about it and not mull it over. I mean, we're inviting him to the essential list if he can make it.
And I came up with some that they actually kicked
in
the shin because they didn't think
Of course.
That's all the time.
And of course, Yvette yelled at me because one of my top ones was Planet of the Apes.
Yeah.
But that's because she's never told y'all the story.
No, I know the story
of her safari.
All right, let me ask the chat before we go. Would you like to hear the story of the worst life of my day ever so far? If it's a yes, I will tell you the story. If it's a no, that's fine too. But let's just say I'm not a lucky person. Yeah, Brogu. John Carpenter movies, they're always
some pictures said yes.
Pretty good. Words, yes. Okay. 2 yeses. Anyone else? Yes. All right, we got 3. All right. Okay, well, you may want to sit down for this. It's not a very nice story. So, my sister decided to get married in Africa. So I took 6 weeks off work, and the family, well, they had a lot longer out there. 6 weeks was hard enough for me. We flew out to Nairobi, spent a week at a beautiful hotel. I snuck out, which they didn't like, in Nairobi, and ate lots of things off of fires that were cooked from... I wouldn't say they were grasshoppers. They were more like locust-sized things cooked, but they were just very crunchy. I had the biggest fuck-off mealworm you've ever seen. Never bite one of them. Swallow it whole. Okay, that would be my advice. Okay, here we go. So we went on several safaris before we flew out to Mombasa because she got married in a treehouse. And our first day was on the Serengeti, in a wooded area, in an open park, in tents. Now, being me, I have bought the best safari suit you've ever seen. Hat, everything. In white. Yeah, I know. So, 5 a.m. on the first day, off we went to find these animals. Now, let me stress, it is not like watching David Attenborough. The animals are never fucking there when you want to see them. Anyway, we bounced through this puddle, and I was under the open roof. And all this water came in. And our driver went, oops, sorry, that's elephant wee and poo. So for the rest of the journey, I was covered in elephant shit and wee. And my beautiful white safari outfit was fucked. And we were out for a couple of hours. We were heading back for a coffee, which I was literally gagging for, and needed a shower, most definitely. And then there was a shout that they'd seen a lion. So off we went, bouncy, 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 bouncy. We saw the lion. It was lovely. And we went back to the camp. So this is where it starts. I peeled off my safari suit and binned it. Now, in the tents, we had a rudimentary shower and toilet. I shot into the shower, naked, obviously. Washed myself, scrubbed myself because I was covered in elephant wee and poo. It's not nice. And like generally most people when they get out of a shower, I sat on the toilet naked, just getting my shit together. I glanced over at the shower curtain, basic shower. And what I saw, or thought I saw, was a curled up snake. And I left the tent, still naked. And I legged it. Now, to the delight of a lot of African men with guns who were protecting us, and then my nana chasing me with a towel, they eventually caught up with me. Now, the lovely African men that were looking after us approached my shower. It turned out to be a giant millipede. Now, fortunately, millipedes are harmless. It was good 3 feet long, this millipede. They are fucking big out there. But it could easily have been a giant centipede. Now, they didn't know which one it was until they turn it over and look underneath. To tell the difference, and this is a good learn for everyone, if it has black spots on its tummy, it's a centipede. Those black spots are pure cyanide. Okay. Anyway, it turned out to be a giant millipede. And I thought, okay. So after that, I went and got a gin and tonic. I grabbed some baby bananas from some guy waving at us. I threw money at him. For the cute little vervet monkeys. They were called vervet monkeys. Anyway, so I am sat with this gin and tonic going, God, I need this. And a mummy monkey comes along with her baby and sits in front of me. And I'm like, oh my God, that's so adorable. I get one of the little bananas out and hands it to her. And she's peeling it and feeding it to her baby. And I'm thinking, this is making up for being covered in that and running out naked. What I didn't know was she was a decoy. And behind me was an entire gang of male monkeys. What happened in seconds was they floored me. They pinned me down. It was their say. And there's nothing else I can say. They bit me. They scratched me. I let go of the bananas, but they didn't seem interested in it. Anyway, finally, they left. And I hobbled my way to the first aid tent, where I had to have tetanus and God knows what else. Anyway, you'd think, okay, so dinner comes along. Early dinner, because they only had power for so long. Uneventful. So by 6 p.m, we were back at the tent. It was getting dark, and power is shut off, and all you have is like a flashlight. Now, we're talking quite a long time ago. My sister's been married over 25 years. So no mobile phones. So I couldn't take anything. Anyway, I was sharing a tent with my nana. Lovely, lovely late woman. Absolutely nuts. And we decided to get an early night because it had been an early day start and it had been a horrific day for me. So I snuggled down. I went to sleep. But about midnight, we got woken up. Yeah, it hasn't finished yet. Now, how do I describe this? I turned on the flashlight because there was screaming and noises outside our tent that was so loud. Hey, multi-gunman. Now, we're talking, these tents were half a mile from any other tent. All right. So you are on your own. You can't unzip the tent in the night. Anyway, what I saw with my beam of light through the plastic window, I still to this day, I don't believe I saw it. There were 20 odd monkeys, maybe more, on this log that was outside our tent, lined up, shagging each other. It was an orgy fest, a line orgy fest. And I've never seen anything like it. And it was disgusting. It was absolutely disgusting. You didn't know what they were poking each other, male, female. It didn't matter. They were just orgying it.
Love.
Anyway, so although it was illegal, or rather told not to open the flap, I did unzip it slightly and then proceeded to throw my hairbrush, my mirror, anything weighty at them, which made no difference. They just picked them up and played with them while they were orgying, which made it even worse because I'd have to scrub them clean the next day. Gave up, and we lay there till 5 a.m. listening to this racket. I'm like, serious to God, how can monkeys be at it for so long? And dirty fuckers. And every time I pointed out, they were still at it. So 5 a.m. it went quiet. And I checked and the log was empty. And I'm like, oh my God, thank God. They called at 5 a.m. the gong. And Nana and I looked at each other and went, fuck that, and went back to sleep, finally. So that all happened in one day. One day. So please understand why I am quite happy to shoot a monkey in the face at point blank range.
Because the monkeys was getting some monkey pussy? Oh, my God.
No, because the mummy monkey and the baby monkey were decoys. They knew what the fuck they were doing.
Yeah.
I was assaulted, bitten, scratched. That was horrible. But I'd also been running around naked because I thought there was a fucking snake in the tent. I'd been covered in elephant poo and wee. This is not a good day for anyone.
Yeah, but you weathered it. As Nietzsche would say, it didn't kill you, so it made you stronger.
Yeah. And I'm great. It makes everyone laugh now because it was a long time ago. But I can tell you, I can shut my eyes and the trauma is still there. I do have other stories from Africa, but you'll have to wait for them. I hope you all enjoyed my hideous worst day ever so far story.
Okay. When you get to America, I guess that means we can't go camping.
You won't get me in a camp either again, no. Oh, Brogu. You know what? The orgy was just bizarre and gross. But that's not why I don't like monkeys. Why I don't like monkeys is they pinned me down. They sexually assaulted me. They bit me and they scratched me. I had to have tetanus jabs. I had to have all sorts of jabs. I don't care how much you like a monkey.
Oh, good thing I didn't add King Kong to the list.
I know.
Yeah. Words, it was horrifying at the time. It's still horrifying, but I'm glad everyone else finds it funny, including my sister. So there you go. Even my mother laughs about it.
Well, okay.
Anyway.
Yeah, I think it's time to wrap this up.
As normal.
Yeah, so we're gonna wrap this up. I want to thank everybody for showing up. Don't forget, make your list. Throw it in the chat.
In the comments after it's done, and we can have a good read of them.
And don't forget to like,
Yeah.
If you haven't subscribed, you need to subscribe. You need to.
Yeah, you don't want to miss these lists. They've been brilliant.
You need to hit that bell icon so that you get so you get notifications when we do not only the watch parties and the premieres, but the live discussions like this. We're gonna have more. We got to sit around and think about it to see what would be interesting topics. And
yeah, and if you guys have a topic you'd like us to talk about,
put
it in the comments.
Yeah,
we'll take requests. We can see, if it's going to drive us insane or not to pull them together.
Yeah. So, okay, last night would have been great because everybody got into the movie.
Yeah.
And we had a pretty good discussion afterwards.
Yeah.
So.
Oh, bro, go. You say you love me. Now I know what you're really like.
Top 5
I'm going to say you've got to add personally with your own eyes.
So, Deej, what are you going to be up to?
Not a damn thing. I'm working my ass off lately. I'm not even going to have a day off until maybe Tuesday, and that's if I don't have to go to the farm again.
Oh, okay.
Well, if you are free next Sunday, you are most welcome to join us with an essential list.
Oh, I may be wait a minute. Next Sunday, I could be extremely hungover.
Well,
I have the whole class reunion thing going on all next weekend.
Oh my God! Video.
Oh yeah,
Pooh Bear, Pooh Bear, Pooh Bear.
No, you hush. They ain't. I will cut all that out this time.
That won't stop me calling you Pooh Bear, darling.
But yeah, we're touring the old high school that I went to that's been closed down for like 25 years. So it's like,
oh wow,
it's
creepy.
Gonna be kind of creepy in there, and
yeah,
we're gonna hit the grade school, and we're gonna have lots of drinking. And
all right, I want you to download an app for me.
I don't have any on what?
On your phone.
My phone's about dead too. It can't handle much else. Remember,
right, if you got a friend with a phone when you get there, get them to download Spirit Talker. And then you put it on and the ghosts will talk to you.
Oh, we're going in there in the middle of the day. It's not like we're going in there at nighttime.
Ghosts are about all the time. That's a bit ghostist, you know.
Yeah, I am. I'm the ghostess with the hostess with the mostest. I don't know. Just rhyming now.
Well, try and film some of it because it's really interesting, abandoned buildings. I watch a lot of abandoned building footage from a couple in this country.
Oh, wait a minute. No, Jeff, because I wasn't class president, but recently they voted me class president, and now they think they're going to sue me and put me in jail for some reason.
Oh, great. Well, thanks everyone for coming and interacting. It's been fantastic.
Yeah.
I'm going to have to shoot because I have a very full bladder. You guys know. So sorry, Mr. Londell.
Oh, it's time to go anyway. So
yeah, we've been going nearly 2 hours, haven't we?
I know. Yeah. It's been fun. Now, so everybody, until next time, make a good movie list, make a bad movie list. Just make a movie list. I
got a movie list. Top 10 parody movies.
Yeah, that's a good one.
Yeah.
Take care, Bird. Thanks, Jeff.
Yeah. Then my number one movie will come from 1981, and it's Student Bodies. It makes fun of all the horror movies.
Thanks for being here.
Yes, everybody. So until next time, Mr. Lundell and friends out.
Bro,